Good morning, students. Kailash Chandra Panda welcomes you to the second part of the topic, the beggar. In the first part, we knew that the beggar agreed with Sergei to chop wood. So Sergei hastened along, rubbing his hands. He called his cook out of his kitchen. Here hastened means walk hurriedly. To know the willingness of the beggar, he walked off, rubbing his hand, and called his cook from the kitchen. And after reaching at his home, he called his cook. Here, Olga, he said, take this gentleman into the wood shed and let him chop the wood. He asked Olga to take the man to the wood shed and let him chop wood. The scarecrow of the beggar searched his soldier as if he in perplexity and went irresolutely after the cook. It was obvious from his gait that he had not consented to go and chop wood because he was hungry and wanted work, but simply from pride and shame, and because he had been trapped by his own words. It was obvious too that his strength had been undermined by vodka, and that he was unhealthy and did not feel the slightest inclination for toil. Here, perplexity means state of being puzzled. Irresolutely means not decided, undecidedly, hesitatingly. Gait means the walk, and inclination means interest, and toil means hard work. The figure of the beggar was skeleton-like. It was looking like a scarecrow. From his figure, it was clear that he was not at all interested to chop wood for livelihood. He had just come here being trapped by his own words. Sergei hurried into the dining room. From its window, he could see the woodshed and everything that went on in his yard. Standing at the window, Sergei saw the cook and the beggar come out into the yard by the back door and make their way across the dirty snow to the shed. Olga glared wrathfully at her companion, shoved him aside with her elbow, unlocked the shed, and angrily banged the door. Sergei went to the dining room. He saw the beggar and Olga come to the woodshed, standing at the window. And he saw the cook, Olga. He was angry with the beggar. She was not at all happy with the beggar. The cook, Olga, started looking at him angrily with red eyes, pushed him with her elbow, and shut the door. Next, he saw the shadow teacher seat himself. He sat himself means seat himself long a log and become lost in thought with his red cheeks resting on his breast. The woman flung down the axe at him, but he was not in a position to chop wood because he was so weak that even he was not able to take a billet. Very carefully, he put the billet between his legs and tapped with an axe feebly. But the billet did not cut. Sergei's anger vanished, and he now began to feel a little sorry and ashamed of himself for having sent a spoiled, drunken, perhaps sick man to work at manual labor. Sergei was ashamed of his work. He thought that he would not have sent a spoiled beggar, a drunken beggar who was going to die for manual work. But after an hour, Olga came and he announced that the wood all had been chopped. Sergei became very happy. Good, give him half a ruble, said Sergei. If he wants to, he can come back and cut wood on the first day of each month. We can always find work for him. Sergei was very happy. He gave half a ruble to the beggar and he told him, if you want to work, then come on the first of every month. And on the first of the next month, the beggar again appeared on the yard. And he was given half a ruble. So in this way, when Sergei moved into another house, he wanted to hire the beggar to help in the packing and hauling of the furniture. This time actually the beggar was not able to walk. He was sober. He was trembling. He was also gloomy. He was silent. He hardly touched the furniture. Even he did not act to work. He did not pretend to do any work. He was only walking behind the wagon by his head moving down. But all the things were moved to the new house. Sergei became very happy and said, well, I am happy that my words have been taken effect. He sent handing him a ruble. The highest price the beggar got from Sergei was 1 ruble. Here is for your pain. I see you are sober and had no objection to work, said Sergei. On that day he asked his name, and the beggar said his name was Losov. He wanted to give Losov a cleaner employment, but from his physical strength, it was clear that he was not able to do any physical work. He asked him whether he was able to write. The answer was positive. So he gave him a letter and wanted him to go to one of his friends to give one of his friends, and he will give him a work of copying. Pleased at having put a man on the right path, Sergei tapped Losov kindly on the shoulder and even gave him his hand at parting. Losov took the letter, and from that day he was not seen in the yard of Sergei. Thank you, students. And next time we will see the last unit of the topic. Have a good day. କାହିଁ କେଉଁଟା ନାଇଁ ତ ଏଇଟା ତ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ପାର୍ଟଟା ଆସିବ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ପାର୍ଟଟା ଆଇବ କ'ଣ ଗୋଟେ କଲେ ଆସୁଛି ମ କ'ଣ କଲେ ଆସୁଛି ସେଇଟା ଆଇଲା କି ନାଇଁ ତ ଏଇଟା ତ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ପାର୍ଟଟା